Hey guys, back with another video. This time I wanted to come and give you some legit for real mom tips, specifically on how to handle an emotional toddler. And all toddlers are emotional. I'm sure someone's gonna come and say my child isn't like that. But from the ages of almost 2 until they're almost 4, they're very emotional. It's an emotional stage. And no one really tells you about that 3-year-old stage. No one tells you that the 3-year-old stage is actually more terrible than 2. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. And then once I started asking around, everyone's like, oh yeah, like none of y'all told me this. No one told me that the 3-year-old stage is worse and more emotional than the 2-year-old stage. So I sat down and thought about some things that I know that I learned with my first child. And my second child is just now 17 months, about to be 18 months actually, but he's a preemie, so we have a little bit more time. But I hope these things work for my next son, and I hope that they work for you guys too, because they're things that we kind of had to learn ourselves and figure out. And now that he's almost 4, he's finally kind of getting out of that just my world is ending phase. So I have 5 tips, 5 Marquita's mom tips to keeping your sanity and keeping your child's sanity and to keep you from throwing your child out the window. Okay, you ready? The first thing is to keep a routine. I know they can be difficult, but keep a routine. If every morning they're used to getting, some Cheerios in a sandwich bag before they go to school and actually eat their real breakfast, they get a little snack, make sure you got Cheerios in the house. I mean, it is what it is. The child is not 10, 12, and even 7, where they kind of really understand that. All they know is that I have Cheerios every day, and today I don't have Cheerios. So to keep you from being late to work, over emotional, and have a horrible day, and then to keep that poor baby from having a horrible day as well, keep your same routine. Whatever the routine is, try to stick with it. If every day you get out the bathtub and you read a book, make sure you read a book every day when you get out the bathtub. My second tip, tip 2, is to help you out with tip 1. If your routine does change, try to make the transition easy. And I found that this worked better when my son was older. So when he turned 3, well, actually before he turned 3, but he's always understood things, even as a younger child. You could tell him something and he would understand it and he could do what you said versus you fussing at. If your routine is going to change, let the child know ahead of time.
Hey, son, guess what? Mommy forgot to go get the Cheerios from the store. Tomorrow in the morning, you're not going to get Cheerios, but I do have some yummy French toast sticks I'm going to give you. And then when I pick you up from school, we'll go get some more Cheerios.
Maybe that's too many words, if you have the 18-month or 2-year-old, but my child's almost 4. And again, like I said, when he was younger, I could explain that to him and he would get it. And he might have a little breakdown then. He might do a little cry then. But if you're easing him into that transition, easing them into what you're about to do, they're less likely to have that breakdown and more likely to understand, because now you've told me what's not about to happen versus just surprise, and you surprised me and now I'm confused and upset and emotional and angry because this surprise non-Cheerios just happened. So make the transitions easy, I feel, by letting them know ahead of time. No, today we can't go to the park, okay? But we'll go tomorrow. So before they even see the park, before you even walk past it, picking them up from daycare, you've already told them before, we're not going to go to the park, okay? I'm telling you, these things help. Now, are they going to work every single time? I can't tell you that, depending on your child. But, yeah. Let's go to tip number 3. Give them calm down time. Now, this tip really doesn't work that well for my son. And there are times when, he needed time to calm down. He didn't want to talk about it. We needed to give him time to feel his feelings, understand what he's going through, calm down, breathe, and let's talk about what just happened. It's not going to be an instant thing. Sometimes it took him an hour, literally, before he calmed down. So this time it might didn't work. It might not be a 5-minute thing. But before you try to talk about what just happened and why you do that and whatever, give them time to actually calm down. Because I found once he calmed down, we had a great conversation and we kind of understood what had just transpired. We were able to work through it. Tip number 4, make sure, this is important, and my husband does not seem to understand this because he's a man and he doesn't care. He doesn't care about any of this. He wants you to do what he told you to do. He don't care about this step. But I'm going to tell you that it is very vital to keeping your child from breaking down. Make sure their needs are met. If that child ain't ate and is sleepy, guess what? They don't handle it the way we do. They don't know how to just suck it up and look tired but push through and still work all day. They don't handle it the same way. And my son is one. Honey, if he hasn't eaten, if he wakes up and after if it's Saturday and it's been 30 minutes and he all of a sudden gets cranky, and I'm like, what's that? I go find some crackers, some candy. I don't care what it is. I'm going to go feed him because after about 10 or 15 minutes after he's eaten, you see a whole new child. Even if they're sleepy, it doesn't make sense to have a child and fuss and pull them and whoop them and all that when they're tired. Now, if they're in their right mind, they're not listening, following directions, that's one thing. But make sure their needs are met. I found a lot of times when my son was having a breakdown or crying or a tantrum or whatever, he was either tired or he was hungry. Point blank, period. So just make sure that those basic needs are met. I know as a parent we feed them, but I'm saying if it's something going on and you don't know why is he all of a sudden mad, all of a sudden whatever, or she.
When the last time they ate? Is it snack time? Is it a little bit past nap time? Or is it almost nap time and they're just all of a sudden tired?
Think about those things and that'll kind of help you through. And my number 5 most important tip that I can give you is to know their triggers. Now, of course, this is gonna take a couple of times of tantrum, fits, screaming, passing out happening, but know their triggers and just don't trigger it. It sucks. As a parent,
You like what I say go, you gonna do what I say. Nope, I don't wanna hear
guess what? Know their triggers. It's not fair to know that your child is gonna get frustrated from putting their shoes on and gonna cry and have a whole tantrum and you're gonna be late for work every day because they're trying to put their shoes on and they can't do it themselves. Just do it. Just do it. It may be on the weekends when you have more time or a time when you're not really going anywhere. Hey, let's practice putting your shoes on. Let mom child put his shoes on. I found that my son could dress himself. He dressed himself. He was fine. On the weekends, dressed himself. He was just fine. But during the week, I guess because he was more tired and he woke up earlier, I don't know. He didn't want to do it. So we had a whole 2 or 3 weeks of falling out, whooping in the morning. I'm late every day. You name it. Put your clothes on.
I can't put my shirt. I can't.
I mean, it was a whole ordeal. And my husband finally was like, just put his clothes on. He's like, you're going to have to put his clothes on. That's it. I was like,
I don't put his clothes on because he don't have to put his own clothes on. And
ain't the point. What's gonna make your life easier right now, Marquita? You know he knows how to do it, so you're not really hindering him. There will become a time where he's not gonna wake up so cranky and so angry and so frustrated, and even maybe on the weekends or whatever. You know he can do it. We'll have other times to practice doing it, but that's a trigger for him in the mornings. He's tired and he doesn't want to do it himself. And I'm whipping him, or even when I pop him, I'll thump him before I even whipped him. None of that stuff works. Saying I'm take your tablet, nothing. The nice or the bad worked for him. Only thing worked for him was me putting his clothes on. And I promise y'all, after about 4 weeks of doing that, he was over it. And now, for the past month, 2 months actually, he gets himself dressed every single day. Every single day is getting himself dressed. I don't have any more issues with the crying. I can't put my arm. I mean, it was just so dramatic, y'all. Like, I'm not lying. It was so dramatic. But when I found out what triggered him, I knew what things he was going to get annoyed with. I tried to be one step ahead. And as a parent that's wants your child to be independent and it has a really independent child, that can be hard because I'm not doing this for you. Like, but guess what? If you know it's going to trigger them, it sucks. You know that, hopefully your child won't be 5 and 6. And if your child's still 5 and 6 and you're still putting their clothes on, then okay, now we have a problem. But at this age, I feel like if that's their trigger, if that's what you know is going to set them off, be one step ahead of it. Eventually, they will come out of it. It doesn't seem like it because we went through months and months of him. Because first it was with my husband. I can't put my shoes on. I can't. It was him first. Then when he got schedule changed, and it ended up being me. So it was, almost a whole school year of us going through that until it finally just one day he matured and he know he can do it, and he does it himself, and we're fine. Every morning he even races. I beat you, mommy. So just stay one step ahead of what you know kind of will set them off. And I promise y'all, they won't be 4 and 5-year-olds still wanting you to do everything for them. They might be, but that's going to be up to you to decide when they're really able to do it on their own without it being a trigger. But for me, my main thing was always get into work or get into church. If my husband went first, get to sing, get into church, get there on time without being frustrated, without crying, because I would be bawling crying like, oh my God, he's not listening, he's not doing this. I've given him treats, I've given him a tablet, I've whooped him, I've done this, I've taken, and nothing worked. None of that stuff worked. But when I started kind of realizing what actually triggered him, started realizing, oh, he hasn't eaten, started realizing all, oh, let me tell him ahead of time, hey buddy, I know we said we was gonna do this and this tomorrow. We ain't gonna be able to do it, okay? I'm letting you know now. We're gonna go here instead. We're gonna do this instead. We can do that another time, or we'll go to the store, or whatever it was. I let him know ahead of time, and he's like, okay, mommy. Instead of just being surprised, we ain't going where we said we was gonna go. It kind of makes you in the back of your head feel like, I ain't gotta explain anything to my kids. But I'm just saying, at this stage, when they're babies, you ain't gotta explain a thing. And once they hit that 4-year-old mark, unless they're still kind of emotional, you don't have to explain anything. So just for these, this 2 and 3-year-old stage, make your life easier. Take my tips. Let me know if you have any other tips you can add. Let me know if you like these mom tips. I found they work for me. Again, I haven't tried on my second son yet, so we're getting there. He's kind of getting to he want to throw and hit and stuff, but I kind of just said, no, Parker. And he actually listens. I'm like, what? This is weird. Like, what? You're lit. I tell you, no, you stop crying. Like, no, that doesn't happen. But, So anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I prayerfully hope, that you get through these toddler years with your sanity and still find the time to enjoy your child, because they are very trying years. I think they have to be next to teenage years. They have to be. I don't have teenagers, but you cannot tell me that 2 and 3-year-old stage is not almost as trying as the toddler phase. Like, I think God's getting us ready for the teenage stage by letting you go through this toddler phase, but enjoy it, enjoy them. Find out what works for you. My tips may not work for you, but find out what works and just do it to keep your sanity, keep your child's sanity, and to be able to enjoy your toddler. Because when these years are gone, y'all, they are gone. And you're going to look back and be like, dang, where's my baby? Where is that baby? So I enjoyed giving you tips and sharing some of my insight from my babies with you for your babies. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up if you like this video. And I will see you guys next time for Marquita's Mom Tips.